Good day, everyone, and welcome to Physics and Mathematics Lovers. Today, we have an interesting topic on physics, and the topic says acceleration. Yes, what is acceleration? For the beginners, we need to understand one thing about acceleration. The first thing you need to understand there is that acceleration is a vector quantity. Remember, in my introduction to scalar and vector quantities, I told you that vector quantities are those quantities that have both magnitude and direction. That is acceleration. Acceleration is one of them. Now, acceleration is defined as increasing rates of change of velocity. That means acceleration is equal to change in velocity all over time. When we talk about increasing rate of change of velocity, it simply means that change in velocity with respect to time. That is what it means. So, acceleration is measured in meter per second square. That is the SI unit. So, another thing you need to know about acceleration is that the unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So, how do we derive this formula? So, your acceleration is denoted as A, and it is a vector quantity. And vector quantities are indicated by what? Putting an arrow to indicate the direction on top. And change in velocity means v minus u all over what? Time. And mathematically, it simply means that dv all over dt. So that's in calculus. Now, what does this mean? V here stands for what? Equal to final velocity, while u is equal to initial velocity. Initial velocity. So, acceleration of a body is when the velocity changes with respect to time. That is acceleration. Now, the final velocity, for example, a car that is parked at a spot, the velocity of that body, the initial velocity of that body or of that car is 0. Now, when it begins to move, it will have the final velocity, which is this of v at that point. Now, at a point, the car will apply brake. And when it applies brake, the velocity will begin to decrease. And as it decreases, it will get to a time that that velocity will become 0. So at that point, velocity, the final velocity becomes 0 and is equal to the initial. So at this point, what will happen? The car is set to brought down, which is called deceleration or retardation. Retardation. Or you also call it what? Deceleration. So when its initial velocity is set to be 0, when the car is about to move, your initial velocity, which is u, is equal to what? 0. Now, when the car is brought to rest, or when the body has come to rest, your final velocity becomes 0. So it means acceleration at that time is equal to 0. And where we have that, we also call it retardation. We say that the body has what? Decelerated or retarded. That is acceleration. Now, the unit, like I said earlier, is measured in meter per second square. Meter per second square. Or you put it this way, ms raised to power minus 2. That is acceleration for you. Now, we also have what is called uniform acceleration. Uniform, just as we have it in speed, or constant acceleration. This talks about when the rate of change of velocity or the rate of increasing change of velocity is always constant. That means change of velocity with time is always the same at any given interval. So we call that acceleration a constant or uniform acceleration. So this is what we have to know about acceleration. Remember, I told you acceleration is a vector quantity and the unit of acceleration is meter per second squared. And to calculate your acceleration, is what? Final velocity minus initial velocity. I will call that change in velocity. So mathematically, is denoted as what? Dv dt, which meaning that what? Change in velocity with respect to time. So do not forget to like this page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to share. God bless you. Bye.